I sculpted every day for 30 days. I participated in this challenge called Sculptober. Maybe it's not a challenge. I don't really know. I don't know what it's basically called. Essentially, you just sculpt every day based on a word that you're given. You can do it however you want. I personally chose doing it digitally. There aren't any prizes or anything like that. It's just to level up your sculpting. I also limited myself to an hour. This is just something that I imposed upon myself as a goal to help me try and finish the sculpt. I don't usually finish things very often. Throughout the month, there were 5 moments where it was like light bulb. Let me tell you what they were.
Lightning has just struck my brain.
Prior to this challenge, I would try and pull, push, draw on the main shape, do whatever I could to get that main shape to my final shape. While this is an effective means of sculpting and some people do really great with it, I never really got the results I wanted. Sculpting every day for 30 days, this allowed me to try different techniques in a very short period of time. I found things that I like to do that helped me get the results I wanted. I find that multiple shapes and blocking them out helps get me a better idea of what the final piece is going to look like. This helps me stay motivated to finish. While I still have a long way to go, blocking out, definitely one of my light bulb moments. Brushes have always been a big mystery to me, and I don't feel that I'm alone in this regard. If you watch YouTube, you'll see numerous people on YouTube always asking the artist, what brushes did you use? Not only did I improve in my skill level with various brushes, this challenge also helped me determine what brushes I like to use and when. When it's good to use the crease brush, when it's good to use the draw sharp brush. These are things that I didn't know before. Prior to October, if you had asked me, do I use the grab brush much? I'd have been like, no, not at all. Or the crease brush, oh yeah, I use that all the time. Now I find myself using the grab brush all the time and preferring the draw sharp over the crease brush. It was only through use that I was able to see what brushes I like in what given scenarios. Voxel size is something I really struggle with. When do you reduce the voxel size and by how much? If you do it too fast, the mesh becomes difficult to work with. If you do it too slow, you can't add details to the mesh. When I was doing the hero sculpt, working on that squirrel's face, there was a moment when I realized, man, I've got so much detail in this squirrel's face, but I've hardly reduced the voxel size at all. This really impressed upon me that if I work on my skill level, break the shape up into planes, I can get a lot of detail with large voxel size. Now, if I'm honest with myself, I'm still not there yet, but I'm in a much better place today, and I have a much better idea of when I want to reduce voxel size going through this challenge. Practice. This is something that was huge for me because really finishing sculpts is not something I'm good at. I had a plan to put my sculpts on YouTube, and in doing so, I wanted to post something that I was proud of, something that I felt was good for my skill level. This was one area where I was surprised that practice really helped me get those details in. Finishing the sculpts is huge if you want to level up your sculpting. Thinking about the details, where I wanted to take this sculpt right from the beginning, knowing I was going to finish it, caused me to look at my reference images differently. I started to notice plane changes, cracks, creases, textures, all these other little things that I hadn't seen before. Or perhaps I just ignored them because I never thought I was going to get there. Whatever the case, this month I was driven to actually complete my sculpts, knowing that I was going to put them on display. And this caused me to put those details in. Practice was a huge light bulb moment. My fifth and final point, lighting. Lighting is extremely important if you want your work to look good. You can take a pretty lousy sculpt and it can look decent in the right lighting. Since I was posting my work on YouTube, I was really motivated to try and set up my lighting in a way that would make my work look better. In one tutorial I watched, he said, don't think about how to light the sculpt, but think about how to create shadows on the sculpt. And this changed my viewpoint so much because I started thinking about how can I make the details stand out, because it's really those shadows that really make those details pop. Finishing 31 sculpts, and granted I'm using that term loosely, but finishing 31 sculpts gave me the opportunity to try different lighting setups. Granted, I've used a few more than once because I liked them, but this challenge leveled up my lighting game for sure. can honestly say I'm a better sculptor today than when I started Sculptober. It absolutely helped me out. It increased my appreciation too for the many talented sculptors there are out there on YouTube. It helped me to appreciate that through practice, I can improve, and it doesn't take a lot. Remember, I limited myself to an hour each day, and I think the improvements can be clearly seen. I really hope this has started me down a path of regular sculpting because I really enjoyed it. Thanks so much for watching this video, and if you're still watching, why not give it a like?